And group 1, you're doing case study A, group 2, case study B, and group 3, case study C. So apparently group 1 and group 3 have a different of opinions. Yes, in law 3, actually we are what we call it, we are not absolutely looking for a right answer. We're not looking for a right answer or wrong answer. I rather want you to have a thinking process. Okay, and then it's also had to do with your club. Okay, your club environment. Okay, it doesn't mean that if somebody tell you your project is not sustainable, then you should give up. If you are persistent enough, there's a way. Okay, well, group 2, yes, well, I think you do a lot of homework, and then it's an excellent presentation, even though you break all the rules. Yeah. Okay, basically the group 2 presentation is about the clean water, and then it fulfill all the requirement, and then it's a straightforward global grant projects. And group 3, you presented you're doing the case study A, and then you decided that it's not worth going for the global grant. Yes, this is actually the club decision. Okay, you have to probably you study the background, and then you find a way that is most suitable for your club, and then proceed with the project. It doesn't mean that all the project must use global grant. Okay, and then just bear in mind, for global grant, as long as you fulfill the 3 requirements, first, fulfill 1 of the 6 areas of focus. If you fulfill 1, try not to identify a second one. You'll get yourselves into trouble. Okay, why? Because the way they process the grant is that if let's say you are water and sanitation, okay, that segment, that group of grant officer review it, they pass it. If you also, because you're doing training, say, so you want to get into disease prevention, then the second group will come in and review your application again. They have no choice, they have to do it. So in other words, you're actually making the work more complicated. Okay, all right, so I think we are all have done a good job, and then you probably spend quite a lot of time, more than we expected. So everyone should be proud of yourself. Okay, next, we're gonna do another poll. Okay. This one. So you have done this project, you have done the case study for project A for teenage Angus, project B, the elderly couple, project C, reading problem. Let's say this project A, this project will most likely to fall under which area of focus? Okay, consider it, think about it. 44% say promoting peace, and then we have 38% say supporting education, 2% say fighting disease, 3% say saving mother and children, 1% say providing clean water. Okay, so probably we only look at promoting peace and supporting education. Which one are more likely? My opinion is actually you should be promoting peace, right? When you have a teenagers that is not happy with the environment, okay, and then probably the local resident also kind of like don't like the kids. So there's conflict. So whatever solution that you want to put up is actually you're promoting peace. Supporting education is a bit far-fetched because first thing, you don't know the age of the kids. If they are not in primary school, then you don't qualify anymore, right? And then you're not providing a formal education or tuition or this thing. So supporting education maybe is a little bit off.
I have a question, Kenneth.
Yes.
We were discussing in our group about the water filter project, because just like your example of the playground, where the playground cannot be maintained, it's not sustainable because you cannot maintain the playground annually, right?
Yeah.
So just like the water filter, can it be sustainable? Because you cannot maintain the water filter annually. Your project cannot be, you know, annually have, you know, getting the funding to change the water filter. So you expect the homes to change the water filter, but if they cannot afford to change the water filters, what do you do?
Yes. PPAD, maybe your input, please.
Enough, I'll try.
Yeah.
Okay, on both things, right? Let me see. It's really those case studies. They were presented as an open-ended thing, right? And things are different wherever you go, and very simply, even things that are relevant in Johor might not be the same here in KK, for example. So it really depends. And for example, in the case study for the playground or something like that, wasn't it? It was mentioned. Whether it's sustainable or not, it really depends. I give you an example of one of our club members, Dr. Raja Gopal. Next to his house is actually a playground that he has come to an agreement with DBKK, since he has a gardener, that he will maintain the playground. So things like that can happen. It really depends on a case-by-case basis. And as far as the water filters and all these things is concerned, we do have this one major project that we did, almost 400,000 its cost, in Pulau Mantanani some years ago, in 2013, 14, and 15. And one of the ways that we looked at the cost of the filter and also the chlorine tablet, for example, and it was very, very low. It's not that much. But in order to maintain the sustainability part of the project, the water that comes out of it, actually, we had it to charge to the villagers, but at a very minimal amount, very extremely minimal amount. And the villagers all, of course, bought into this idea. They agree that it's something that they can afford, and they understand what it is for. Whereas the area, for example, the location of the water filters and everything, we put it inside the fence of the primary school. So the person responsible to discharge water and give it to the students, for example, would be the security guard. So we don't have to pay them anything extra. So again, to make sure that this project is sustainable in the long run. So my conclusion is that we really have to look into that situation on the ground, in situ, so that, because everything is very different from even district to district. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, PPAD. I may just add, actually, if you worry about the water, the filter, your global grant can include a fund, part of the money that you buy 10 years supplies of the necessary part. Okay.
Very good.
So this is a way to deal with the issue of sustainability. And yes, you need to look at the situation, and then probably you may think of a solution that is adapt to the local standard. For example, backwash sand filter. Okay, so this is low tech, but it's quite durable.